Hello, 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 and welcome. I am Elizabeth, the Demon Queen Pitts, and here with me is my husband, Ryan J. Pitts, and welcome to the world of Ryan J. Pitts Presents. So, let's start. Why don't you tell everyone just a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Okay. Ryan J. Pitts just turned 52 last week.
Woohoo!
I have been obsessed with physical fitness, health, and metalworking for over 30 years. And that journey has led me to make many things, usually for myself and then for sale for others. So I guess that's who Ryan J. Pitts is, the metal master, the health enthusiast, avid reader, father, husband, on and on. And we'll uncover all that as you ask the questions.
Okay. So when people hear the name Ryan J. Pitts, what is typically like the first thing that comes to mind, do you think? Like what are you best known for what you make?
That's an excellent question, and I have no answer to it. I'm always in my small bubble. I wish I knew what that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe as we kind of experiment on branching out here, we'll get to know.
Yes, including the viewers, maybe, if we reach those.
We'll see if we can reach them. Okay, so one thing that I'm really interested in talking about and asking you about and having other people know is one thing that you do is you make a lot of custom designs, and so when people have an idea about a piece of metal, strength equipment or otherwise that they want, you're the guy that they come to, right? Like you're the guy.
Yep, I bring ideas to life.
Okay, all right.
Through metal.
Yes. So, let's talk. Can you tell me about one of your latest custom pieces that you've just finished? Like what have you been working on?
One of the most recent ones was a request for Little T Fitness, and she is a bodybuilder, does gymnastics, and for her stage show she uses a chair, and she practices on a regular folding chair, but has to tape dumbbells to it to kind of keep it solid. So she wanted a weighted chair.
How do you tape dumbbells to a chair?
Yeah, duct tape and lay it over. So that was a super interesting. I get the concept. It's in my brain. Trying to go through all these scenarios where, okay, how can I make this look awesome and also be functional for this stage purpose? So again, weight was the issue. Needed to be heavier so she could jump off it, do backflips, handstands on it in a safe environment.
Okay, and so clearly this was like an issue, like something she looked into, where she was like, I need a heavier chair, and that is just something, a metal folding chair that is just not available.
Of course.
So Taylor had this very, very specific thing that she needed that's not available, and then somehow finds you.
Yes, well, thankfully, Ashman Athletics somehow was communicating with her, and he threw my name out there, and she reached out. So super thankful that there's people out there that know that I've made stuff or I've worked with, and they pass on the kind of the information, because not everybody knows where to go to get something made. It can be a very tedious process. And just going to a regular shop, they don't usually have time to make one thing that they have no idea what it is. So
especially if like you had to kind of come up with all like the design specs, right? You actually create the design. She has this idea and this need, and you actually have to do all the work of creating the blueprints and the design for it.
Absolutely, yeah. I since I'm in the physical health world and I'm kind of know about gymnastics, body weight training, you name it, martial arts. So I get, like, especially in this specific case, what the customer wants, and then to come up with the thing. Yeah, the idea is one thing, and then bringing it to life, there is so many ways to go about it. Just like painting a picture, you have all your colors, you mix them. Who knows what it can become? It's not a straight this or that. Nor is it manufacturing where you have a blueprint and you're like, okay, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this, boom, it's done. It's more of, it's painting, it's art with metal.
And so when it's like that, there's probably a lot of like trial and error, isn't there?
So much, yes, so much, especially when it's something that hasn't been made yet. And so you get this picture in your mind of how it should be, what it could be, and then you start making stuff with the metal, trying it out, seeing if things are going well, where you need to change or pivot. And so, yeah, the process, again, in my mind, as soon as I hear the idea, I got it, it's no big deal. And that's where I'm kind of disillusioned, where I think, oh, I'll be done real soon here.
I also have lots of thoughts
Yes.
like that. Yes. Okay, so so you finished the chair. You got it sent out to Taylor.
Yes.
How much did that chair end up weighing, by the way?
So for this particular project, I knew she wanted a weighted chair. I didn't want the chair itself to be all the weight because she wants to travel with it. Setup time. And so at several weeks into fleshing it out, I had the idea to make the seat where it had a compartment to put a 45-pound plate in, and it was brilliant. It was so awesome. The size she wanted was perfect for that, and then as I was collecting materials and as the build was going, I'm like, oh shit, this thing's got some weight to it. So I finished up the legs, finished everything up, and weighed it, and that the chair weighed like 65 pounds, obnoxious amount. She's got it, and I'm actually, I talked to her, I'm going to make a lighter version for her. I'm going to make one where September's her competition, and I'll just ship it to her location. But yeah, I got the design down. There's a few changes, and I want to make it so it's actually, she's 105 pounds competition weight. So this chair.
So her carrying around a 65-pound chair isn't necessarily ideal.
Not ideal and possibly dangerous. That's heavy. So with that chair, if she put a 45-pound plate in it, it would weigh more than her. Unnecessarily. And so the whole beauty of the design, what I thought was being able to use this and put the plate in it, and that's your weight. You got a nice lightweight chair, you put a plate in it, boom, you ship it back home, and so yeah, that's what the next version will be, is what I initially envisioned.
Okay, well, awesome. What other custom designs have you been working on? Is there something else that you've been currently?
Yes, there has. A giant Norse hammer. One that I haven't really made one this big. And again, the whole custom process is in fact a process. Like the communication is important, understanding what's needed, and then again, you have these kind of rough dimensions, and then the rest of it is up to design and kind of the path that the metal takes me in the making of it. So I had a weight spec, a length, and kind of a really cool custom valk nut design for it. So I made one version, and when I weighed it, kind of like this chair, it's a theme. I'm losing sight of how heavy things are, because this hammer turned out to be over the weight it should have been.
How much did it end up weighing?
It ended up weighing like 45, 50 pounds, I think.
Yowza!
Which was, yeah, it was. He wanted to use it for like people he trains, and so that was too heavy. And then for himself too, he wanted to get up to like 110, 120 pounds. And he can swing that, which is great, but
man.
not many other people can even swing the starting weight it was. So it was back to the drawing board. I have a cool piece now, and so second version went into works, and it was going down the same process. Things were happening. I was taking metal, putting it together. I was going to do it out of stainless for him as a gift for his patients, and just the whole deal with it. And before I had the end caps on it, I weighed it, and lo and behold, that son of a bitch was too heavy as well. So as soon as I noticed that it was too goddamn heavy, I put it aside and started a third version.
Wow.
And again, it's all designs where there's nothing set in stone, and there truly is unlimited ways to go about making said thing. And at the end, it became simpler. I made 2 already. Didn't want to go that route again. And so the design just started coming together again. And it turned out really awesome. And it's shipping out today.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so now what happened? So you've made 2 hammers before you got the final piece created.
Yes.
First question, what happens to those these 2 super heavy hammers that you created?
As with everything, nothing goes to waste. A couple things. I've got really cool, badass pieces to display, to show. Probably take one to Home Gym Con. The other one will probably sit unfinished until it calls me back to it to do something really cool with it and make it be another awesome either showpiece or a custom item that somebody can buy, and it's already done, ready to go.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Yes, it is.
I'm sure the right person out there is going to be very excited about this very heavy hammer. By the way, I picked up one of those heads that you did, and it was like as big as I am. It is massive. It was so heavy, and the one that you finished is almost as tall as me. So
Yes.
that would take someone pretty beastly to pick that thing up and be able to swing it and smash it. And
Absolutely. Well, and Kyle, he can. He's 6'8". He's
Kyle,
literally.
we love Kyle.
He's literally
a giant.
He's someone out of a comic book. I mean, doesn't know how strong he is. He just has this strength that was mutated in his genes.
Oh boy! Well, hopefully Kyle's like a hero or an anti-hero or a villain.
Either way, he's a friend of ours. So whatever side he's on, we're there.
We're for it. We're for it. Okay, very cool. Very cool. I just have one last question for you, and a question that probably a lot of people wonder. I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this, but why do you do all this? What is it that drives you to want to do this? Because what you've described, it sounds like some of these processes take just a lot of work, a lot of effort, and can be, frustrating and complicated, but you keep doing it. So why? What drives you to keep doing this?
Yeah. So when I first started making things, the drive came from paying bills. So I would make things, had a regular job, but always made stuff on the side.
And it was just out of necessity
to live, to pay the bills, to have that side hustle, that second income. Children, raising children, they're not cheap. So it was always out of that. But deeper, some people have a gift of voice. They can sing. I cannot. Some others have gifts for other things. Mine just is mechanical. It's building things. It's creating things. And that's really, I love that. Even though they can be insanely time consuming. And at the end of the day, when a certain order's done, I made absolutely no money. I just, you can't cover the time involved. that doesn't even matter, because it was that process where I went through it. You're in it, you're learning, you're enjoying what's happening, and then at the end you have an awesome product. Somebody's going to be super happy about it, and I learned a lot. So that's kind of the creative path of, you're doing it, you're making it, you've gone through all these iterations of something, and now it's real, and you also have lessons and things along the way that you learn.
That is just absolutely just inspiring, especially today in this culture, like that you can receive all these gifts. Like, money isn't necessarily the bottom line. It sounds like you just have there's just more to you than that, and that's awesome. So
it is fun. So I would say before, oh, I do it for my kids, or oh, I do it for this or that, but at the end of the day, I do it for me. it's something inside me where I have to build, I want to create, and my mind is constantly thinking of new things, new ideas to make, and it's so much fun. I don't know when, like, the maker being a word, maker spaces, stuff like that, where these skills that people can go and partake in to make something, and they kind of get just a slight taste of it, and that's just been something I've been doing my whole life. So I think the desire for humans to create or make anything is pretty high. You get a lot of satisfaction from having an idea, or even just copying something that you want to make, and then at the end of the day, hey, I made that. Whether it looks like shit or it's really cool, you did that, and then where it steps up is doing that, but then continuing it for 30 years, and then you just keep refining your skills, and you're opening your mind to new things.
And that's why Ryan J. Pitts is the motherfucking man. Honey, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Yes,
for
yes.
talking to me and all our old friends, new friends. Yeah, you're awesome.
Thank you, baby. We'll have to do this more often.
All right. I'll see you next time.
All right.